What's up, guys and gals? So it certainly has been an interesting year weather-wise, with all the rain that we've had saturating everything around here, and these girls will tell you all about it. Even now, we're trying to create a solution to this, but you can see this is completely wet and mucky. And while I'm speaking, we've got actually quite the wind coming through right now. Maybe wind gusts of 40-50 miles an hour, so it's been interesting weather-wise. Now, this whole entire area that we're looking at right now gets completely wet and saturated. If it rains enough, even their whole area gets pretty wet, unfortunately. So we are attempting to remedy that. I may even put in some drainage over here to allow water to actually move this way. And here's the big thing, guys. This is the solution we are working on right now. So you saw in the footage earlier from last year what back here looked like, and you can see some earthworks changes have been happening. If I look close here, hopefully you can see this on camera, but there is some legitimate flow of water, and this has been pretty constant. Now, this is sort of approximately my property line with my neighbor here. His property gets very wet as well. And a lot of the water comes from that direction. Their property's up higher, but then it lowers over there. Water comes all down this way. And here's the thing, water has its natural path, you know, the path of least resistance. And so that's what we are working on right now. We're essentially forming a stream through here. Now, I would like to ideally turn this stream into more of a swale. Now, the difference between a stream and a swale is that a stream, well, is essentially going to be a relatively random, flowing through the natural path of water sort of water flow, where a swale is an intentionally dug, typically level on contour body of water that will capture for different purposes. It will capture water. It may be to divert water, it may be used for irrigation. Oftentimes, if there's a food forest, there may be a swale dug through, and then on the sides, or say in between two swales, like what you kind of see here, will feed water to the center area that can be planted out, productive shrubs, trees, things of that nature. Now, as you can see here, as we keep going, I'm gonna hop over here. This continues to flow down this way. Over here it gets a little more complex to follow, and this is about where we've left off at the moment. Now, there's a lot of other sources of water, little pools of water, individual areas where water naturally wants to stream. So we're going to be attempting to kind of connect some of these, divert and control the flow of water into specific areas. In fact, over here is the edge of another neighbor's property where he already has a existing bit of a swale over here. I don't know if it goes all the way down, but he does have a much larger swale that kind of curves around the corner of his property. You can see over here is where it's a much larger pool of water, and if I can, I may like to try to intensify this area. In the middle is sort of some dirt, some muck, some areas where skunk cabbage may grow. Skunk cabbage roots grow very deep, so that does tell me that it's probably a bit more soil here, less roots, hopefully. So we may be able to dig this out, make this area a bit deeper, sort of a little mini pond, which will be very beneficial to help concentrate the water, because if we dig out, we can raise up an area with soil and then intensify the water and make the overall area drier. And that's the goal that we're looking to do here. So this project is going to be part one of a multi-part series. This is going to take some time and effort to really get this to where I want it to be, and I think we can make it pretty successful and make this part of a working, at least stream, perhaps a swale / pond sort of system, and then we may even be able to plant it out, perhaps even create a bit of our own little food forest back here. Now, also as an update, we did get rid of the plastic here for the winter run. I never ended up updating you guys on how successful that was, but it did work well. It could have worked better. The whole indoor composting thing that I wanted to do to create heat, I honestly just couldn't get enough material in there to keep composting active and thus creating heat. It did stay warmer in here than outside for the most part, even just a few degrees. Because it stayed at least a few degrees warmer in here, the biggest benefit to that was the water here did not completely freeze over. There's a couple times it did when it got bitterly cold, but it stayed warm enough inside where if there was some ice, it was a relatively thin layer in which this could just be broken through, where if the water was outside, it would completely freeze solid. So that, at least in that sense, it was definitely a success. So, and that was our last multi-part series. So if you guys are interested in checking that out to see how we did that, how we got the infrastructure together to hold a snow load and all that, go ahead and check out those videos. We will be keeping you guys updated on all our further projects and this whole stream swale sort of earthworks water moving project. So stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe and follow along if you like the content, and go ahead and give us a big thumbs up, all right? And I'll leave you guys with some chicken videos since you didn't see much of them. And until the next one, guys, so long.